What is going on, movie news? We are back. 3 vids, 1 day.
Oh.
Trailer dropped today. Made our Oscar pictures today.
Check those out.
And now we're back today for How to Train Your Dragon. It was the Hidden World.
The Hidden World.
Didn't want to be confused with the Lost World, which is not good. Anyway, let's get into it. Non-spoiler review. How to Train Your Dragon, the 3rd film in this incredible franchise. We'll start with Kyle because he's gonna poop on it quick. Let's get into it.
I'm not gonna poop it at all because I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I love the animation still. It was great in the first one. It was even better in the second one, and I think they amped it up even more in the third one. And I think the animation is great with how the fighting actions go, how the dramatic scenes go, the comedic scenes go, as well as even just the flying scenes. Those are probably the best parts, and the scenes of them flying, especially between Hiccup and Toothless, it just connects that bond even more with them, and they grow as characters in this movie, which I really enjoyed more, because I was wondering how they were able to set up this dynamic between the two of them to another level, and I think they really succeeded at that. This movie has just as much heart as in the first two, and it continues this story that we've been going on for the past couple of years very well done all across the board, I thought.
I love this movie. I watched the first two. It's been a while since I watched them. I rewatched them. The second one yesterday, the first one 2 days ago. And I think the animation in this one was far and above better than both. I thought some of the scenes looked... When animation looks almost... When you are like, is that real? Is that a real shot for a second?
Is that a real dragon?
You were sucked in, and there are tons of shots where you're actually taken back, just out of breath. It's so beautiful. Sometimes because they focus so much on the dragons, it's like, am I watching like a beautiful Disney nature documentary? Like this is incredible. How can this be animated? It looks so good. I do think it's, and not that the first two are bad, but I think this is a step up. The technology's gotten better. And if you've ever owned a pet, you should love this franchise. Yeah. There's no way. It goes through like the history of owning. I'm a dog owner. I've lost dogs, and it's just going into it as just you go through that story. You if you've owned a pet, you know, you relate. You know this. And it's incredible. It hits you in the feels, but it also makes you laugh. It makes you cry. It makes you so happy. I love the ending. I love how they wrap up the trilogy. Yeah. I think this is one of the best trilogies we have.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the best we have, animated or not. It's so good. I adored it. Jaw was on the ground. I was just taken back, and that doesn't happen often. If you've seen the Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse review for me, and I was taken back by it. I thought it was just incredible.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I think this cannot be clarified as like one of the best trilogies that we've had in cinema.
Yeah. And any negatives, big man?
I thought the villain in general was kind of weak. At first, I was really liking him in the beginning, but he slowly just dwindled and just made me not quite into him, not quite into what his drive, his motivation was. I didn't think it quite worked for me. And I think some of the side characters, I love them in the first two, but I think they were trying to be pushed a little bit more in this one. And I don't think I liked it being pushed that hard. I thought they were fine with the positions that they were at, and I think they tried to put them more in the forefront. Sometimes it works, sometimes it lands. So I just was noticing that a bit, and I kind of wish they toned it back some so that way we can focus on the main leads and the great dynamic that we were having between Toothless and Hiccup, because that's really where the story works for kids as well as for adults.
I agree on the villain. I would argue that none of the villains have actually been very good in this franchise to begin with. I think this story is about Hiccup and Toothless. I think they're fine villains. They remind me kind of of some Marvel villains. The Marvel villains are good villains, but they're not these iconic villains. I don't go to these movies for the villains. It's not the Dark Knight. And so that's my weakest point. I do disagree with you completely on the side characters. I think it works for the story. They're older. It's these people are growing up. All these kids that we've loved for 2 movies, they're growing up. We need more screen time. We've seen the second movie, what happens at the end of that. We've seen Hiccup's journey, and we see all this change and this growth, and it's relatable. It hits you right in the heart, and I love that because it's like this is a franchise you can age with that would teach kids how how to deal with a lot of things, how to deal the whole franchise as a whole,
How to
deal
Train
with
the Dragon.
How to Train a Dragon, how to fall in love, how to stand up for yourself, how to deal with loss. We've seen in this franchise. This franchise is too good. And if my only complaint is your villains are a little weak, that's fine. I love this franchise so much. I just can't stress it. Go see this in the theater, guys. I absolutely recommend
they're amazing
that.
to watch in the
We
theater.
went to an early showing, the first showing of the day, so we had a decent amount of kids in our theater, which normally, you know, when you're older, it's like, I don't know if I want screaming kids. But for me, I love it because, when those kids... They're not... Our theater was pretty well behaved. It wasn't like anybody was freaking the heck out, which is good, because it's when they're freaking the heck out that's the problem.
Yeah.
But when they're loving the jokes, when you can hear the kids kind of oohing and awing at everything that's happening...
They never seem bored.
It brings you back to being a kid and falling in love with a franchise like this, and it was fantastic. So go see it in the theater. Go have a good time. Go treat yourself.
Go take your families.
All right, hey, guys, if you've seen the movie, comment below. Let us know what you thought. If you haven't seen the movie, tell us how excited you are. If you aren't excited, if you love this franchise, tell us all that stuff down in the comments below. And remember to always like, subscribe, share, hit the little bell so you get notifications every time we post. The Oscars are this weekend. Friday tomorrow should be up an Oscar predictions video. We go at it back and forth, and we will have a reaction right after the Oscars late Sunday night, so watch out for that. And hey, as always, thanks for watching, Mom.
See ya, guys.